All right, it's 2:02. I'll call Phil Higgins here, calling the meeting Condemnation Board, Monday, March 15th, to order. Do I have an approval of the minutes for February 22nd, 2021?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any new communications?
None.
All right.
There was one that came in, but that could be on the bottom.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And you have two people on the line.
Okay. Who do we have on the line?
This is Chris Taylor, Muddy Puddle, Cross Highway.
Ann
Okay, hello.
Stamler, a neighbor of 447 Stratfield Road.
All right, Ann. Anyone else on the line?
This is Paul Dudix.
It's Greg Miller.
230 Hoyden's Lane.
It's
right.
Greg Miller
Hello.
on the line.
Hello, Paul, and hello, Greg. At this time, shall we make a motion to...
I'll make a motion to suspend the typical order and address the properties of those in attendance.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, going with first caller that we've taken, I believe was Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, how may we help you, sir?
Yes, sir. 373 Cross Highway. I got a blight notice, and I contacted the fire marshal. Once I received it, I apologize. I got it after last month's meeting, and I was kind enough to get a phone call from the fire department today to tell me about this meeting because I didn't receive anything in the mail. I want to apologize to everyone. We're doing our best to come into compliance. We're applying for farm status. We've submitted our detailed farm plan to the tax assessor, whom has denied it because the wetlands conservation, Mr. Brian Carrier and Ed Jacobs, hasn't given a declaratory ruling, I think, on the farming status. And they can't do that because Jason Spath at the Huntington Company hasn't finished up the A2 survey with the items they wanted on it. Once that's completed, most of the items on a property will be dedicated to the farm. There's crane mats there currently, which is our most unintrusive way to get through the wetlands without impacting the environment. A couple of truck tires I was made aware of and some lumber, and the rest of it are heavy-duty fence posts that were repurposed from the Merritt Parkway. We got the contract to remove all the barricades off the Merritt Parkway, so I saved them, and they were going to be the fence posts to fence in the livestock.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the gist of it on my end.
Is that what's under the tarps? There's like tarped, two large piles of tarped items. What's under there?
Well, those are post and beam for a barn. They were milled from timbers from the property, and they've been kiln dried, and they're stacked there neatly as can be under the tarps. They've probably been there for the last 4 or 5 years.
So do you currently have an active application before a particular department, either tax has denied it, so is there an active application before wetlands or zoning or?
No. Christopher Russo from Russo Rizzo on the Post Road is handling all the applications. Unfortunately, you can't submit anything without an A2 survey, which I paid for back in November, and Huntington said they were going to get to it, and I was just informed by Mrs. Spath that they were out there on the 9th or the 11th to start doing the surveying, pinning.
So currently, and again, I'll have to check with the secretary just in terms of this, where we are, and particularly the enforcement status. But I think we already declared it.
We declared it blight.
Yep.
And it was sent on Friday, so should be getting it.
Yep. So it was declared blight, and the letter has been sent to you. So once you receive that letter, then we'll start the compliance period. Typically, we have 30 days. If there's an application submitted, that can delay it. But currently the board has said that the property meets the criteria for blight as is. So if that application is submitted, that can delay the enforcement action up to 90 days, I believe it is. And so I would encourage you to get your application in and submit it. If there is some process where the town would be reviewing an application. But aside from that, we would have to continue with the enforcement process. I'm sure you understand that that's the situation we're in.
Absolutely, and I apologize. Just keep this, and it's 6 and 1. It's a private road. We've been there for years. We're having a dispute with the neighbor, which triggered the blight as a retaliatory action. It's been like that, not to justify it, but it's not a deliberate act, and we are trying to make it more appeasable, but it has been there for years and years and years and years. So
understood.
We'll do everything in our power to come into compliance as soon as possible. Please understand, I'm not a procrastinator, but COVID has decimated me financially, and getting work and services done is become extremely difficult and a lot of hurdles to jump.
Understood.
So I'm on it, and I appreciate your time. Do you guys need me any further?
I don't believe so.
Nope.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Next on the phone is, who is that?
Stambler is here for
Okay.
447 Stratfield Road. We've sent the letter for that one. Have we heard anything back from the owner? I know the property has been put up for sale. Andrea, do you recall any communication? We get anything, confirmation of the letter being received, anything back from them?
No, I haven't.
No, so it's the letter's been sent, we're waiting for confirmation, and that would start the enforcement process, the timing period. So that's where we are with that one. Any questions, Ms. Stambler?
Thank you very much for the information. So the period starts with the time the letter is sent, or with when you get a response?
It typically is when we get so we get the return receipt card, and there's a date when the person has signed for the letters, indicating, for the courts that they've received official communication. So that's usually when we start the 30-day compliance period. So we're just waiting to receive that back.
Okay. Do you happen to know when the letter was sent?
I don't off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. All right, thank you. So we're just
You're quite
waiting
welcome.
for that. I'm
Thank
sorry?
you, Ann. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right, now Mr. Paul, I believe.
Mr. Dudig, yeah.
Mr. Dudig,
Yes.
how you doing, sir? Status?
Oh, okay. I sent over some documents in the last few weeks. One of them is from the asbestos contractor, AMO O'Brien. He's scheduled to start April 2nd. But he's got a caveat on it. If there's any rain or snow or ice or inclement weather, they don't work in the rain. So that'll be put off a few days, or if it's icy, it has to melt off. But that you have that document there. That'll be prep work mostly, I guess, to start with. And that's for cleaning out and getting the areas cleared so that they can go ahead and then do the actual remediation work. So I have a dumpster here already.
Yep, so the plan is to get the remediation, work started, get the remediation completed right after that, and then you're planning to conduct a demolition after that. Is that correct?
Well, that's the plan, but the rest of the story gets quite hazy because of funding. I'm using the funds now that were going to be for the demolition only, which don't quite cover the cost of the remediation. But I'll start and see where it ends up. I've already contacted the Community Development Office and spoke with Sonia Hines. She's in charge of applications for HUD, and they have a program that meets some of the criteria for reimbursement, but there's a cap on it of only, I think, $15,000 per year, and that only covers not even half of the asbestos remediation. and it's geared for rehabilitation of a program, but it's not specific to demolition. So I told her that I'm also contacting State Senator Wang's office, and I spoke with the legislative aide Tara Fillings, and they have I don't want to call it, for lack of a better word, a program where you send in your problem, and they meet with other legislative aides to see if anyone's had a similar problem, and I guess their goal is to see if new legislation or corrected legislation is needed. But both of them sound like it's a long process, so I'm going to just roll the dice and see how far I can get with what funds I have, and if I run into problems partway through the remediation, I'll keep you guys informed anyway. But I do want to start it and get it going. The Senator's office was very helpful in pointing things out to me, and they seem to have cast a wider net, let me put it that way, through the state agencies and find out if there's funding or additional funding available for the problems that I have of running short on ready cash to do both the demolition and the remediation. So, but that's what's in the works. I'm afraid that using these applications and things of that sort are going to take longer than. I don't want to wait any longer. I just want to start it and see where it goes. That's the best I can tell you. So if that meets with the board's approval, I'll shoulder on with that.
Okay, I think the board wants to see action. This is some action. We hope that by the time we get together next time, that there'll be the remediation part of that is complete, and that we can move forward on the demolition aspects of it. Outside of that, outside of that, my concern is that the property continues to deteriorate with the holes in the roof appearing to get even larger. And so I think, if it doesn't happen quickly, I think there will be other options of fencing and other things to kind of make sure that property is not an attractive nuisance. In my opinion. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll see after the first week of April how it progresses as far as the interior goes. I mean, if they can get the furnishings out of the way and stuff like that they need to, then I don't see anything hindering it. Okay, thank you for the update.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, do you have any other questions? All right.
No,
thank
you.
you.
So. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Next on the line is Mr. Miller.
And this is for 20
Morehouse.
Mm-hmm.
83.
Okay.
I assume.
So 20 Morehouse,
The letter went out to let them know they're starting fines.
So the fines have started. The citation letter has been issued. We have not received an appeal of that. So basically they are, unless we receive an appeal, the fines will start as of the date of issuance. We haven't seen any significant action there. There's still missing siding on the side, the A side, the B side, and the C side of the house. And there's still debris in the yard. So the fines will start unless we receive an appeal.
83 Morehouse. I went by there today, walked in the back. I saw all the issues that we had corrected.
The remaining issue was that stairs being blocked. They have blocked those stairs to prevent people from accessing from the top and the bottom. So
yes, sir. Do we have a motion to remove?
I'd make a motion to consider removing 83 from the agenda.
Can I ask
I
a
did
question?
not look at it.
Okay.
So
Greg Miller.
I would take your recommendation.
I would second that motion. Any discussion?
None from me, but from Mr. Miller. Yep.
Sir?
Yes. Did they 83 is right next to me. Did they board up the upper level?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they have.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't wander upon their property, so.
Okay.
All right.
Any additional comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you.
Anyone else on the line? Anyone else from the public on the line? Okay. Going back to our regular schedule or agenda. 1019 Fairfield Beach Road.
So, I spoke with a contractor this morning. He is getting letters of disconnect. He has contacted an asbestos abatement team that he has to remove some flooring on the first floor, some tile work. They believe there may be some additional or one little hot spot in there. As soon as that's done, they'll be, that much closer to, if they have to remediate it, and then they'll be able to get it down. He has agreed to my conditions of hand removing the roof and the second floor by hand. I have contractors. I don't want it to slip over into the neighbor's property. And then from there, he'll be able to, with a machine, pull the garage, pull the house forward, and proceed with a full demolition. And then they're actively they have hired an architect to build new next to it. So they'll push the house over, center it on the property, and everybody's in agreement. So they are moving forward, so it's a good sign. So if we could, I think we sent them a letter, right?
Yes, a determination letter went out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're moving forward with that. So.
All right. Thank you, Tom. I believe 92 Grassmere Avenue right now is still pending an appeal.
Appeal hearing, yep.
Appeal hearing.
Yep.
So
our hearing officer has...
He's reached out. It's our scheduling.
Okay, so we would have to schedule with him to sit down? Okay, so we should talk about that when we're done, because there's a couple of appeals, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Once we're done with the list.
Okay, moving on, 383 Hunyadi Ave, confirming the vehicle's registrations. I stopped there today. Unfortunately, I was unable to confirm registrations.
Okay.
So with that, Personally, I think we should carry this on until next month.
Okay.
In that time frame, we will absolutely be able to confirm.
All right.
114 James Street.
I did not.
I think we should just.
No, I just want to make sure they're actively moving. So I certainly don't mind extending this, but I am concerned about the back steps. They've made great progress with the front. I mean, really great progress. So I really want to extend it, but if they're not moving forward with this next month, I'm going to suggest that we take it to the next level and begin the fines with them.
Okay.
Or determination. We know it's blighted. Just take it to the next level, because I need to move forward with it.
As long as they're
the back and the side, most of it's good. So I'm much happier. So at least they're doing something.
All right. As long as they're moving forward. 70 Jennings Road. Have we sent them a letter? Have we heard back from them?
70 Jennings, I believe the letter was sent, so, and there was the couch is gone now.
Okay.
So there is some activity there. It looks like they were swept up a little bit and started to move some of the other stuff around. The cars are still there, so it looked like there was some action there, but we don't have anything back on the letters yet.
And there's another vehicle in the back. I hate to push people, but there is another vehicle in the back under a leaves or tarp or something. So this is kind of
There's a lot in the yard.
There's a lot in the yard. Whether it's a vehicle or not, I'm not sure. But it looks like a vehicle might be back there. So.
Okay. So
they're still within the compliance period, I believe, from the letter.
Yeah, they would have 30 days.
Yes.
So our meeting in April, that's when all of them will be looked at.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we had a phone number, could speak to them, and just let them know what's going on. Hopefully they're aware.
Okay.
Do we know do we have the contact information?
I only have the address.
Have they ever? Okay, they never made communication with us. Okay.
So the owners don't live there?
I believe they do at 70 Jennings.
Okay.
Yes, they live there.
Okay. Good.
All right. Right. 53 Marion Road. Have we had any?
No change there.
No change.
3 months ago, I had contact with the new not owner, but the gentleman that wanted to buy it. There's some difficulty in the ownership of it because the owner has left the country and there's some legal matters. But I don't know if that gentleman has abandoned his trying to buy the property or not. But it's still in the.
The letters are getting returned from Cardoso, so I'm not sure.
That's from who are we sending?
Cardoso? So
Yeah.
Cardoso, then someone else, so I don't know what.
I would proceed. That's going to go to the bank.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he's I'm sure he's mortgaged on it. He has several of these properties that are. So I don't know how we would find out who actually does a mortgage.
Yeah, we have staff that knows how to look at it up and see if it's under any type of foreclosure, so we can investigate that.
I would think something because he's been involved in 6 or 7 properties like this.
Okay. Keep them on.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah. All right, we took care of the next 233 Old Oaks, pending an appeal.
That one needs a hearing.
Yep.
No significant change. They're still working on the siding very slowly.
We'll add that one to a hearing. 1180 Oldfield.
I've had no contact with anybody up there. That's Mr. Peterson's. So keep that on and we'll see where it goes, right?
Yep, he continues to work. Last week he had advised us on, some injuries that he had experienced, an illness that was slowing it down. And it was just basically we were asking to get rid of the tires along the garage.
Well, I just want to make sure it's secured too. And there were some holes that these boxes were.
I believe. I thought he patched up the hole in the garage. So
I'm worried about the property that's, that I just, again, I haven't been back to see. It's overgrown, getting overgrown again, and there were some, the foxes were living underneath and in the garage. So, I'll go early spring next month. Well, I won't, but Phil has volunteered to go in my absence.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right, 72 Roseville Street. I think we were looking still at the demo.
There's no change there. I mean, they signaled to Tom the intent to demo.
Nothing yet.
They pulled the demo permit, but there's no change. But a letter did go out to them, so we'll hopefully have some communication with them on that.
Yeah, he needs to be pushed. So whatever the next level is, he needs to be pushed along. Apparently he's not. So take it down.
And we've had no responses back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I get a chance, I'll try to call him again, and he's a builder in town, so.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. 60 Steep Hill. We're looking at zoning. We've been told that little space in front of the house is in fact a public road or roadway. Went there today, saw one pickup truck parked on that little area, unknown if it's a resident on the street. It's been there for a while. Unknown if it's registered at this time. It had a lawnmower, a wheelbarrow, and I think a couple other items in the bed of the truck. So I will look to see. I'll look to see if that's if it belongs there.
Yeah.
There's certainly no parking signs there. So, but the house itself.
No, I mean, I think we said before the house didn't meet the criteria to be considered blighted, just this one vehicle. So we're asking zoning to look at it because it's we have to determine whether it's, registered and operable.
So I would make a motion, we take it off the list. It's not on private property. If it's parked on a street and it's I suggest it's either a zoning or a police issue at this point. I mean, it's a public street. I think you can park there. If it's I have made contact with the police department in the past about vehicles parked for long periods of time, and if it has active plates and the tires are good, there's nothing you can do without
So the motion is to remove
seatbelt. I would like to remove it, yes.
Okay, so the motion...
And then turn it over to police or...
I'm going to second the motion for discussion.
Good.
I also believe that it's not on private property.
Yep.
And by what Tom's saying, I don't see how a vehicle being on a public roadway kind of falls within our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And I don't really know, to be truthful, what the law says about it, but truly it would be, if it's a zoning issue where you can't park for a long period of time, or police, send it over to them and say, you ticket it as an abandoned vehicle.
Yes.
And get it out of there, but I think it's out of our hands. So, in my opinion,
all right.
Yeah, all right. No more discussion. I'll call. All in favor?
Aye. With that, we're referring it to police and zoning for them to address.
Understood.
I think it's in zoning, Sam, isn't it?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, 79 Stevenson Road. Determination sent, and we have not heard anything back on it, correct? Okay, so...
Is that when we're still in the compliance period, right? We haven't received confirmation back, or?
Right, we sent a letter that I haven't gotten the signature back.
Okay, so within time, we'll keep that on. 222 Stilson, citations currently being fined, correct?
That was, we sent the citation letter, haven't heard back on an appeal request.
Right, I haven't heard back.
So right now it's in that time frame where we're waiting for...
If they appeal, if not, then the fines start.
Okay.
No, I think, Stilson, we submitted the fine. Let's pull that one.
Yeah, we sent them a letter about the fine.
Exactly.
Fined,
yes.
And so they have an opportunity to appeal within 2 weeks. So. Okay, good. I'll proceed.
Okay, we've already gone over 447 Stratfield. Last item on old business, 280 Tuckahoe, of which I would believe we haven't heard anything back. It's currently being fined.
Yep.
No change in status there. That does it for old business. New business, one item, 292 Berkeley Road. We received the complaint. We have met with the owner of the property. We've discussed some of the concerns, and there is a plan that has been set and moving forward. Any other new business?
No. So we're going to bring 292 onto the blight list for next month, or are we going to just keep it here and then take a look at it in a month? I don't want to lose track of this.
Condemnation issue, right? I mean, it's not there is some debris outside, but it's more of a structural safety issue, I think, right?
I believe that we need to look at it and assess it again and decide where we want to put it. That's what I mean. I think we should just keep it on.
Okay.
So let's keep it on blight. Let's put it on our agenda to look at for next month.
Okay.
See if the owners can, move forward with some of the actions that we talked about.
There clearly was a plan set forth.
Absolutely. But I don't want to lose it here. I don't want to have it taken off. So because of, clearly it needs some definition.
Okay.
Should a hearing notice go out or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there's...
Okay.
Well, we made contact with the owner, so I think that's good for now. I just want to, we can put it under the, maybe new business again. Keep it under new business.
Okay.
What do you think, Phil?
I don't know if it I don't know if it remains under new, because we've already kind of made the plan. We've made contact. Okay. I think it should go
down to old business.
It should go to old.
Okay.
Knowing that there's a plan.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks.
Any additional new?
I have 2 new ones for fences.
Well, do we have one there that was not signed and it's the...
Yeah, this one is a little strange. It's not signed and it was sent to the homeowner. This is the one, that person called and spoke to Sam.
So where did they get the complaint form? From you?
I guess they must have printed it from the website.
Complaint form, and they sent it to the owner. So they printed our complaint form and checked off the things and sent it to the owners. So with...
but did we get it?
We just got it today.
No, but so we got it mailed to us as a complaint.
I got an email, and they also mailed one.
Yeah, so this is so the gentleman called me who received the complaint, and basically he had put well, again, I want to make sure this is the right one, because I received one that it was about a couch. So,
on that
These
same
two were fences, so that one is a fence. It was just pictures of a fence.
So this one is...
It's about animals, too.
The deer, because the fence is
just,
broken.
At some point, if there's fox, should we turn it over to animal control?
It was just deer in the yard because the fence is, a panel of the fence is
about a fox
missing.
that's going to eat her daughter. Concerned that we have something in there about a vampire fox on the property. So
yeah, I mean, and this is not a blight complaint. This is a unfit structures complaint.
Yeah.
So
I just think it's on the wrong form, and should we? I think maybe we should send it on to animal control just in case there is some type of infestation. If they're fox, they're huge fox, and they have antlers. Foxaloes.
Oh, okay. So from a blight standpoint, is there any blight? Is there anything within the jurisdiction of blight?
We'd have to look at the property and see. The photos don't depict that. It's not a blight complaint. It's just really about, it seems to be this allegation about wildlife being there because of farming, chicken farming, and a fence being gone. But I think we have to look into it further. It just came in today, so we'll have to look into it further.
So can we put it on new business for next month?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want to lose track of it if it gets...
Yep.
Right. Since it's a fence, though, and there's no one signed it. They just emailed Fairfield Taxer. It's anonymous.
So hold on here. If next month when we look at it, we say, it's somebody can take a look at it, we'll just take it off. But
we'll go under condemnation new business because it's under unfit structures.
If it's not a signed complaint, though.
Blight requires signed complaint.
Yeah.
Unfit structures does not.
Okay, so we're going with an unfit.
That's the form that was submitted to us. That there's an unfit structure.
All right.
Let's just keep it on.
All right. We'll look at it.
Okay.
So it doesn't go to blight. Let's keep it on new business. We'll make the determination from a site visit when Phil goes out.
Okay.
And then there was one other one that was a fence on Blackrock Turnpike.
I looked at it. I don't think it meets the criteria, but...
It's just a panel for a fence that looked like...
Mr. Richter owns the property. We can call him and tell him, but I don't think that meets any intent of blight whatsoever. It's not in the path of egress. It's not where you get out of the building. It's not...
Yep. Okay, so
it doesn't rise to the level of blight, but we'll...
Not from the pictures, Sam.
At least we'll... I didn't get a chance to get out there just seeing it today. So I would say let's, make communication with Mr. Richter, make him aware of the complaint. And at least at this point, it doesn't rise to the level of blight.
No.
Okay, so we'll make notification to the...
We'll make notification of receipt of a complaint to the owner.
Okay. All right. Any additional business? Any additional new?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second for the motion?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
The time is now, let's see, 2:36 p.m.
Right.
Thank you all
Did
for
they change
attending.
the clocks here? Let me check. Oh, yeah, they did.
Thank you all.
Okay.